Right, so this is going to be a quick video about Orb Producer Free. And if you've seen my previous videos, I actually have done a review on the Orb Composer product. And I didn't really think a lot of it. Now, this is my first proper look at the Orb Producer. So let's get stuck into it. Now, the one big difference for me between the Orb Producer and Composer has got all of these elements like bass, chords, melody, etc., arpeggios. It also has a drum element, but it's a standalone program. It's quite difficult to integrate into your DAW, whereas the Orb Producer integrates into the DAW, and in fact, it does look a lot like, in terms of how it's structured, Captain Epic, in that you need, let's just drag the chords program in, you need the chords program to work and everything follows. So if you have all the chords set up in Orb, then you create another track, say for bass or for arpeggios, then they follow the chord, as long as you've got this little button here clicked, which it is automatically clicked at this moment in time. So I had a very quick look at the interface, and it's actually pretty easy to understand. It is an artificial intelligence system type thing. It will just artificially intelligently create your music. The first thing you'll see is you have different themes. You can add themes. We're not going to do that now. You can obviously take them away. And you'll see these kind of 4 chords. And the first of those 4 chords is in yellow. If you click on the chords tab on the right-hand side, you'll notice C minor is the main chord, which just means the scale of the song is mostly going to be in C minor. So that's just something I thought I'd let you guys know. And as soon as you put the thing in, it will just randomly give you 4 chords. So let's just listen to those chords. Okay, and you can just go ahead and randomize all the chords. So you've got different chords in C minor. And you can just change the key here, D minor. Just randomize that again to D minor. And so let's just listen to that. So you've got a basically this artificial intelligence sort of suggesting the chords. You can actually add another chord here. I'm not going to do that now. And you can turn them into 7th notes or not 7th notes. Let's listen to 9th notes. So we'll just switch that off. Now, you have all of these different sound presets. So under chords, for example, you have keys and synths, and let's just listen to this hummingbird one, for example. Okay, and just one more. We'll listen to evolution. Just go back to the first one that we had, the stock one. And that's that. And then you also have a synth engine. If you click on that, it's actually a wavetable synth, so you can actually go ahead and select different options there. It looks pretty advanced in terms of the options that it does have. So just go back to the MIDI button here, and that's pretty much the basic interface. Now, kind of all the magic happens here on the left-hand side, in that you can change tonality, key, time signature, chord progressions. Once again, very similar to how Captain Epic looks. So if you want, for example, some uplifting chords, you click on uplifting and you have all these different chord options. If you want electro, you've got 2 options. And dark, select a few options. We just stick to minor here and the minor keys here. And so you have all these kind of chord options in one side, and then you have, which are here, and then you've got all of the sound options here, as well as a synth engine. So it's a pretty nice, sort of nicely set up structure. Now, where it becomes really interesting is if you click on notes. Now, on notes, you can, for example, play the same. Let's listen to it up here on the song mode. By the way, you can sync it to the DAW. So that's really useful when you've got all of the instruments on. At the moment, we only have the chords in. So let's just listen to that. So we're going to select every beat note. Let's hear what that sounds like. So it's just playing the chords on every note. And we can increase that. And every 16th note. Let's just go back to 8th note and then select polyrhythms now. Bass for chords, or get rid of the bass chords. Now the other thing we can do here, which is really cool, is we can completely randomize all of these elements. Let's go now and click on the big Orb button. Because we've got this rhythmic rule, it'll override everything that you randomize, so we'll just switch that off. Now, the yellow bits at the top can be stuck, but you can randomize stuff on the bottom just by unclicking the top bit. So let's just change some of these. Density will just reduce that. Complexity will be less notes, so we just reduce that. And really high complexity. Bar length. Octave, you can go up and down an octave. This is down and this is high. Oh, the other way around, sorry. Syncopation. And spread. And silence, you can add silence into the thing. So let's now bring in the other pieces. So we'll bring in a bass. Now it's synced because we have that bar thing switched on. Let's just go and change the instrument. We'll change the bass here. So let's just go back into the MIDI element and let's just randomize the bass. And let's go back into chords, make it a little bit more straightforward and simple. Now let's do it again. And finally we can bring in the arpeggio into the next track, and that should sync. If you don't like the theme, you can just create another theme and remove this theme here. And everything follows the theme. And finally, the melody. So melody is for top line, and you can create complex melodies. So as you can see there, you've got quite a lot of useful use cases here. I like the melody because you can really come up with some really interesting things with the melody. And if you want to just take the MIDI that you created for your melody, you could just drag it here and there it is. And in addition to that, you can bring MIDI into here, but you click browse and drag MIDI in here and you can start working on that MIDI. So it's a pretty powerful tool, and as you can see, it didn't take me very long to present it to you, and it's pretty easy to use. I've bought it. I've got 30 days to trial it before I can get my money back, but I don't think it's a bad idea to have a go if you're looking for a tool like this to give you some inspiration. It's not like Scalar, and it's not like Captain Epic, which are more prescriptive in terms of you choose the chords. This one is kind of giving you the ideas. So it's kind of very different. It has a very specific place in the market as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, that's enough from me. What do you guys think? Do you have Orb Melody? Have you created a song with it? I'd like to really hear from you guys and see what your experience was like.